What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Gacharic Spin. Yes, indeed. Gacharic Spin fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome and SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, SMB. I hope you enjoy the show, and you as well, Home Gnome. They both want to see me react to this song. It is Gacharic Spin with a tune called Never Say Never.
We'll see.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Gacharic Fan, okay? And the video has 324 views. It's not gonna get you there, sorry. No, look, I'm sure the song is fine. I'm sure the video is fine, okay? I'm sure everything's just, you know, peachy, but I'm just saying, 324 views, it's not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Gacharic Spin, Never Say Never, Tour Tomoranai, I guess. Final 2018. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
My goodness. These ladies never cease to impress me, and they never let me down when it comes to their dedication and their willingness to put out as much stage energy as possible. Every single member of the band is putting out the effort. Every single member of the band is putting in work. Every single person on that stage is giving 100% to their craft, to their performance, to the visuals, to the stage energy.
I like it!
How many bands do you know do that? I want you to really think about that for a second. How many bands do you know of that you enjoy that do this? I'll bet you can count the total on one hand. I'm willing to bet. Because so few bands are willing to do that night after night after night after night, touring for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 24 weeks, however long the tour is, night after night, every single show, going out there, putting your bodies on the line, burning those calories, and really putting in the effort and the work to put on the best visual show possible. Without pyro, without lasers, without well, maybe we saw some cryo, so there's some production there, but without going over the top with it, you know what I mean? But they're putting in the work themselves. They themselves are creating that stage energy. How many bands do you know are willing to do that night after night, show after show? 100% effort from start to finish, no matter how long the show might be. Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter. I can't think of many. I could seriously probably count on one, well, maybe 2 hands, because I know a lot of bands that do. I focus on bands that do. But, I mean, the typical person could probably count on one hand how many bands they know of that are actually willing to do it, and this is definitely one of them. I love these ladies for that. I really do. Their stage energy is always off the charts. I love that. Halftime feel nice. It's a fun tune. It's a fun song. It's upbeat. It's energetic. It's driving. I like everything I'm hearing. I do. And I like what they did as far as the arrangement goes. Going to that halftime feel, that was really nice. Going into that breakdown after the halftime feel, and they went back into straight time, and it built and built and built, and then they went into this breakdown section where, you know, you saw the lights go off and everything. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is right, but I was counting 3-4, 3-4, 3-4, 7-4, which would have added up to 16, which would have made it feel like a 4-4 feel, but it was 3-4, 3-4, 3-4, 7-4. Smart, very smart songwriting. You still got that delivery of, 16 beats within a phrase, just broken up in a little bit of a different meter than just 4-4, really cool. Sounded good. Don't get me wrong. The song is good. It is good. And I am enjoying the song, but if I'm being honest, I've heard other songs from them that I personally think have been a little more impressive, and I've enjoyed more than this one. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. I'm just saying there are other songs I've heard from them that, raise the meter up a bit more than this one does. But the visuals, the visual shows, everything that they're doing on stage is top notch. I love everything I'm seeing. So this is gonna be a weird one. It's gonna be a weird one. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Every time they're headbanging, they're putting 100% effort into it. Oh no, not this again. Oh no. Hey, she made it. Spinning around. I'll never understand the point of that. I know what it is. I loved it when I said I don't get it, and people in the comments were like, well, this is what it is. And I'm like, I know what it is.
You imbecile! You bloated idiot!
I get that part. I know what it is and what it's supposed to do, but I just don't understand the point of it in the context of the live show. Does it signify something? I don't know. That's the part I don't get. I know what it is.
I'm a man! I'm 40!
I know that part. I just don't know why. I just don't understand that part. Anyway, this is going to be an interesting review. I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be short. It could be long. I don't know. Because we're going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants on this one. So I'm going to get my thoughts together as much as I can, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Gacharic Spin with Never Say Never. This was a request from Home Gnome and SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, SMB. I hope you enjoyed the show, and you as well, Home Gnome. Okay, I thought about it, and this really this is going to be one of those reviews where I kind of have to divide everything into 2 halves. I have to split what I saw, what I heard into 2 different parts, and compare them to level of importance versus level of impact, both from, to some extent, a subjective standpoint, but more importantly from an objective standpoint. So this is going to be a weird one, and the score is going to reflect it, and I guarantee you, the score is going to raise some eyebrows and it's going to put some question marks in people's heads. But I promise, if you guys hear me out and you listen to everything I say, I promise you it will make sense, okay? I guarantee you it will make sense. Let's start off with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let me first off just do this and say this because this is probably going to alleviate at least half of the question marks and half of the confusion from about half of the viewers right now. An 8.7. It's a great score. It is. It is an absolute great score. But it's not up there in the 9s like I've given other songs from Gacharic Spin. There's a reason for that. Okay, I promise you there's a reason for that. Number 1, I want everybody to repeat after me. Expectation. Okay? Expectations. When I have a band like Gacharic Spin, or Doll's Box, or Nightwish, or any other band that's had, or Baby Metal. Well, we could definitely put Baby Metal in this conversation for sure. When you have a band that consistently scores high, and I'm consistently impressed by them, there's going to be this increase on the level of expectation that I have for that band. So every time I see them, I'm a little more impressed. The level of expectation that was here goes up a little bit. And now the next time I see them, still very impressive, and my expectation goes up a little bit more. And the more I see them, the more my expectations get raised because they always deliver. They always put on a great show. They always put on an amazing stage show. They always play high energy music. They always play impressively written songs. It just constantly keeps going up and up and up. Now here's the problem. When that happens and that level of expectation keeps growing, you're going to expect it. And if you don't get it, then it becomes, to some extent, it becomes a little bit of a letdown. It becomes a little bit of a disappointment. So if I didn't have that level of expectation, and I had seen, I'm not saying this song, but let's say another song that, you know, I saw, okay, fine. You know what? Let's use this song. Let's use this song as an example. Let's go there. Let's absolutely go there. If this had been the first time I had seen Gacharic Spin, I would have been confused, but I would have been extremely impressed, like beyond impressed with their live show. Having said that, though, this is like, I don't know how many reactions I've done to Gacharic Spin. It's been over 10, I think. I expect it now. So when I see this live performance, I'm not necessarily blown away by it. It's great. It is still great, and it is still impressive, but not mind-blowing, because I've seen mind blown from them already. You know what I mean? I've already had my mind blown for them several times, where my mind has been really blown by these ladies. So if it's not at that level, it comes out about here. Is it a letdown? On some small level it is, because it didn't match up to what I saw them do before. You know what I mean? So the score of 8.7 is deceiving. It is very deceiving because, number one, expectation. Number one. Number two, this score is being cut in half due to the fact that there being two major factors that combined to get this score, okay? Let's talk about the song. If I'm being honest, I would give the song itself, I would honestly give about 8.1, maybe 8.2, but I'm really leaning more toward that 8.1. It's a great song, okay? It's well written, it's well constructed. Everything about the song makes sense. From a songwriting standpoint, from an arranging standpoint, everything lines up and everything sounds great, okay? It does. Now, having said that, have I heard better songs from Gacharic Spin? Yes, I have, okay? I've heard better songs from them that I've done on the channel. So, comparatively, if I have a better song that I've heard from them, and I gave that song like an 8.5 or an 8.6, would it make sense to give a song that I don't think is as well written, and I don't think is as well constructed, and I don't think is as well arranged as the song I gave the higher score to? Would it make sense to give it the same score? It wouldn't, right? That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't be fair. So, of course, I have to give it a lower score. Now, does that mean I hated the song? Far from it. I enjoyed it. I was grooving to it. I was enjoying it. I enjoyed it thoroughly, in fact. But there's no way I'm going to put that up there in the high 8s or the low 9s because I don't think the songwriting deserves it, because there are other songs that were better, all right? It is still a great song, though. Great feel, great energy, great drive. The chordal progression, I think, is what's bothering me more than anything else. I've heard them do more impressive chordal progressions. I've heard them do more creative chordal progressions. I've heard them do chordal progressions in the past that have made me go, wait a minute, why'd they go there? Oh, I see why they went there. Oh, that's different. That's new. I wasn't expecting that. I hate to say it, folks, but to some extent, this song was a little predictable, and I was able to predict pretty much everything they did, especially that pre-chorus, going into the C to the D, down to the A, up to the E again. No, B to the E, down to the C again, up to the D, and down to the B to resolve, and then back up to the E again to go back into the main riff again for the chorus. So it was very predictable. It was extremely predictable, and to some extent, I mean, like I said, it's not as impressive as some of the songs like I've heard from them in the past where I've gone, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that, but it sounded great. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. I pretty much could guess everywhere it was going to go, but it makes sense and it sounds really good, you know? I'm not bashing them, not by any stretch. I'm just saying that the song wasn't as creative as I've heard other songs be, as impressively written as I've heard other songs be from them. But as far as the musicianship goes, everybody played well. Big tip of the cap to the bass player. The popping and slapping sounded really good. Watching it go inverted with the left hand, that was kind of cool to see. What she was playing, it was just octaves. It was, it was pop 7/8, open 7/8. So it was root 7/8, root 7/8, root 7/8, root 7/8. The old Flea pattern. Everybody's like, what's the Flea pattern? If you ever listen to Flea's bass playing, he does that a lot, where it's, he'll go root 7/8, root 7/8. So slap on the root, pop on the 7, mute with the side of the hand, and then pop again with one of the other fingers on the 8. So it'll be slap, and then usually index will lead, pop, mute with the side of the hand, and then usually the middle finger or the ring finger, usually the middle one, will then pop the 8. So stuff like that. All you gotta do now is just figure out which rhythmic pattern you want to go in and what tempo. So was what she was popping and slapping all that impressive? No, we've heard Flea do it for decades. It's not like I've never heard it before. But seeing her go inverted, that was kind of cool to see. The guitar playing sounded really good. I had no issue with anything I heard from the guitar. It all sounded solid. Keyboards, filling out the sound, really nicely done. Drumming was spot on, rock solid, no issues there. Vocals being shared by everybody sounded really good. I like the fact that they do share vocal responsibility. I know that there's this conception that bands needs to have a lead singer, and I know they do, but the lead singer really kind of shares responsibility equally with other members of the band, and I have no issue with that at all, as long as the lead singer is still the front person, the front woman of the band, and she is. So, no problems there. No, musically, I have no issue with anything I heard. Everything sounded good. I just heard better. Now, I said I would give the song about an 8.1, right? I feel strong about the 8.1. I mean, an argument could be made for 8.2, but I'm really gearing myself toward that 8.1, man. feeling good about that number. So why am I giving this an 8.7? I've said this time and time again on the channel. A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. And I have not seen to date a live performance from Gacharic Spin that did not impress me in some way, whether it be through their stage energy, whether it be through their crowd interaction, whether it be through their stage interaction. It doesn't matter. In some way, shape, or form, they have always delivered on their live shows. But again, here comes that word, expectation. I expect it from them. And if I don't see it, I'm going to be disappointed. So, luckily in this case, they delivered. They absolutely delivered. And they delivered a fantastic live show. Every single person on the stage was delivering 100% effort. I never saw one person mail it in one time. All of the headbanging from everybody was being done at 100%. All of the movement and motion was being done at 100%. Everything was done with purpose. Everything was done with reason. Everything was done with intent. And it showed in the amount of effort that they put into all that movement and motion and direction. There was never one time where I felt like anybody was half-assing it. Everybody was putting 100% effort into it, and I absolutely appreciate that. How many bands do you know personally that you have experienced firsthand that can do that every single time you see them perform live? Every time you go and see them, they deliver 100% of the time. Every single show, every single night, every single song. They never, ever mail it in. I've never seen these ladies mail it in. Never. And I've really come to respect that and enjoy that from these ladies. But here comes that double-edged sword. I now also expect nothing less. So on this performance, they delivered. They absolutely did. If I ever see them dogging it or half-assing it, it's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna probably absolutely crucify them. So hopefully that will never happen. No, I thoroughly enjoyed watching everything that they did. I saw band members interacting with each other. I saw band members interacting with the crowd. There was never one time where there was not something happening on that stage. The production even, there was some production, but they kept it light. They kept it really light as far as, stage production. Now, the costumes, I mean, I don't understand them. I see Oreo back there dressed up. She looks like a freaking hamburger. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. But look, it doesn't matter. It's eye-catching. You know what I mean? It's absolutely eye-catching. Goofy? Yes. Silly? Yes. Stupid? To some extent? Yes. It's just like, why? But you know what it is also? Memorable. I guarantee you, every time I see Oreo, I'm gonna go, oh, that's the girl who dressed up as a hamburger on stage while she was playing keyboards. Memorable. It's gonna stick in my head forever. I'm never gonna be able to unsee that. No amount of bleach is gonna be able to take that vision out of my head. And the same thing can be said for the guitar player. Same thing can be said for the bass player. Same thing can be said for the vocalist. Everybody was wearing some sort of a weird outfit, weird costume, no conduciveness. Everything looked different. But it was eye-catching. It was absolutely eye-catching. It was definitely attention-getting, and it is production. So going down the checklist, stage presence, check. Stage energy, big check. Stage interaction, another big check. Crowd interaction, another big check. Showmanship, another big check. Production, big check. Big check, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say huge check like the others, but it was a big check. It was all there. It definitely happened. So I take that live show into account, and I look at that 8.1, and I bump it up a few notches because it was a very engaging and very entertaining, very well done live show. So that's how we come up to the 8.7. The danger here for Gacharic Spin is, like I said, expectation. They need to be able to deliver every single time, because the second they start to slip, it's not going to be pretty for them. At least not with me. I'm going to let them have it, and I'm going to make no bones about it if I do, because it's going to be deserved. So, in any case, 8.7 is where we're at on this one. I feel really good with that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 8.7, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.